Ladies and gentlemen, as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, you have a lot of responsibility, and to be able to develop more and more profitable business, you have to take a lot of decisions in your business. In this, how you are focusing on your profit, pricing, and performance, in a similar way, you are focusing on your GST compliances. Let I'm asking a very simple question, that how you can manage the GST compliance. Very simple. How you can start to manage the GST compliance in a very simple approach. Now let I'm bringing something and the insightful information that can help you to know and manage those GST in a very simple format. Would you like to know about that? This is particularly for micro, small and medium entrepreneurs where they are struggling more and they do not have the finance team or accounts team to manage all those about the legal and compliances of goods and service tax. If it is, then please watch this video. In this video, I would like to bring some simple steps that can help you to be able to build up more and more compliances in your business, and your GST would be get it ready and fulfill on month, on a year. This is very important, because as I told you that the GST is your vehicle. GST is the blood, because it is in every transaction, whether you talk about sales, purchase, asset, liability, banking, assets, in any transaction, if you talk, almost in every transaction there is a GST. So how simply you will keep the GST on a track so that you would be able to get the benefit of GST and your business would be getting improved more with the help of GST compliance. So what you need to do here, that first of all you have to make sure that whatever the outward tax liability that you have, whatever the invoices that you have raised to your customer, whatever services that you have delivered to your customer, raise the invoices properly, and simply you have to file the GSTR1. Whatever the invoices, just create a one date. For example, if you are into the October month is going on, so make a control that you are going to close the October booking by 2nd November, by 1st November. If you are creating this, it means you have created the system that whatever the services invoice that you have to generate is on or before 1st for this month, isn't it? So you now have the system that you have created the outward tax invoice, and you started to create the reconciliations of your outward tax. If it is applicable, the electronic invoice, then you have to simply go and create all those invoices through the extract all those invoices through the portal, reconcile simply. It is very easy. Within 10 minutes you will be able to reconcile. Your accountant, at least one accountant you would have, your accountant would be reconcile all those invoices. Once you have reconciled the invoices, you simply go and file the outward tax liability, that is the GSTR1. You simply go and file. You declare that these are the taxable value under exempted, under nil rated, under outward, under domestic, B2B. You have to simply go and categorize all those, the debit note and the credit note, wherever it is deemed fit. Once you have defined that, you simply go and file the outward tax liability, that is the GSTR1. There is no any problem in GSTR1 because this is under your control. You simply have filed the GSTR1. Now come to the questions of GSTR3B, where you have to ensure that whatever the invoices that you have recorded in your GSTR1, it is simply go the same invoices, same numbers in GSTR3B. So there is no any change in GSTR3B versus GSTR1. And if you have made the changes, then again you have started a dispute on the reconciliations. So you not need to do that. If any invoices that has been left, you simply go and raise into the next invoice, next month, and file into the next month. No problem. So your GSTR1 and GSTR3B, the revenues numbers would be the same. Now coming to the point of GSTR2A or 2B. Now 2A is no more longer, 2B is applicable with effect from 1st October 2022. So GST 2A was applicable till 31st December 2021. Now here is the questions. That while you are going to discharge the GSTR 3B, paying the net liability to the government, how you are going to take the input tax credit? Let you have the three scenarios. Number one, your supplier has raised the invoice. Whatever the supplier had raised the invoice, you simply go and adjust in your input tax. Number two, your supplier has raised the invoice, recorded those invoices in your books, in your software, in your ERP software, and whatever the recorded invoice you have in your ERP software, you simply go and take the input tax credit while you are discharging the outward or net liability through GSTR 3B. Number three, your supplier has raised the invoice, you have recorded the invoice through your ERP, and you have reconciled those invoices for a particular month in a GSTR 2B. So what is the GSTR 2B? As I told, that GSTR 2B is a mandatory reconciliation, that is the auto-populated input register for the recipient, for the buyer. That buyer has to reconcile all those invoices with the GSTR 2B, and whatever the reconcile input is now available to the buyer or recipient would be available for the input adjustment. So this is under the third categories. Now you need to be very, very, very careful here. The supplier has raised the invoice, you have not recorded. Supplier has raised the invoice, you have recorded. In both of the cases, you will not take the input tax credit until it is reconciled, until it is matched with your GSTR 2B. Once it is matched with your GSTR 2B, then you start to take or avail the input tax credit in your GSTR 3B while you are discharging the net tax liability. And if you are doing this, no matter if the invoices, if the less invoice, if the nil invoice, if zero invoices is coming under GSTR 2B, no matter. You have to focus on your supplier. You have to ask to your supplier. You have to approach to your supplier. Then please furnish the invoices that you have raised to us in your GSTR 1. Pay the tax to the government so that you would be able to take the input tax credit through GSTR 2B. Please keep remember. Until it is reconciled through GSTR 2B, you will not able to take the input tax credit in your GSTR 3B or discharging the net liability. Please keep remember. If you are taking that, then might be you have the short-term benefit here by discharging the less tax liability to the government. But over the period of the time, you will have 100% notice. And the notice, the department will take the less tax liability that you have paid along with the interest and penalty as may be applicable. So please keep remember that while you are discharging the net tax liabilities to the government through GSTR 3B, make sure that you have reconcile your input tax credit with your books of account and GSTR 2B. If the invoices which are unreconciled in your books of account, start to notify to your supplier, inform to the supplier on weekly, fortnightly or monthly basis, ask them to furnish those invoices in their GSTR 1 and pay the tax through GSTR 3B, so that being a buyer or recipient, we would be able to take the benefit of input tax credit, and still your supplier is not filing the returns, paying the tax, defaulting in paying the tax or returns. You start to cancel those supplier in your records. Start to do something so that you would be able to give the correct learning to your supplier that we cannot do a start to the business. We cannot do the business with you. There are a lot of suppliers. We can hire the new supplier, no problem. So that you have to create some pain point to the supplier, and so that your supplier will understand and do some filing and complying with the GST rules and norms. So it is how simple here is that the GSTR 1, it is up to you. It is up to you only that how you are filing, how you are reconciling. But when it comes to know about GSTR 3B, you have to reconcile the GST input, paying the tax to the government, and every month you have to same exercise you have to do. So as a small and medium entrepreneurs, imagine within yourself, if you do not have the accountant, if you are not able to understand, it is very simple that you can hire a simple accountant and your accountant would help you to provide these all informations on filing through the portals. GST is not a difficult. You have to focus on your business. You have to create more and more tremendous opportunities in your business. You have to create more and more phenomenal growth in your business. This is the objective that you have to set for. GST is one of the core part. GST is one of the vehicle of the compliances part that can help you to run more and more business opportunity. But at the same time, if you are not focusing on business, it become a big problems. It become a problems for your business and you're not able to run your business because you're not keeping more focusing to your business and your business will not have a more objective to create more and more profits. So understand this. While you are discharging the outward tax liability, while you are filing the GSTR1, it is a simple process. Learn and train to the accountant through any of the outsourced consultant and start to focusing more on the business. And if you are doing this, you are able to create more and more magnificent opportunities. Your business will start to have a sophisticated natures in the business and your business start to run to create more and more organic growth with some backup of profitability and performance. So GST is simple. It is something where a country like India, where the huge populations, huge number of businesses, unstructured business, broken business. So the country like India, it is a massive success we can see in the last 5 years. How the government is controlling through the amendment, through the notifications, it is really incredible. And we as a nation partner need to support to the economic of the India's by paying the tax honestly and becoming an integral part of the nation building. This is up to you only because you are the entrepreneur, you are the business owner. How you are paying the tax, how you are focusing on the business, how you are creating the profit and how you are paying the tax, it is up to you only. So start to focus on the same, create more and more magnificent opportunity, started to create a more and more delivered and create more and more customer in your basket so that you would have more and more revenue and in turn create more and more profit overall growth in your business. This is Singh signing out. Until we meet again. Thank you. Thank you very much.